Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Steve Hatherley in the studio. Hello, Steve.
Hello there.
Hello. I want to ask you a personal question, and I don't even know you yourself know the answer. The question is, 你知道你的生肖吗? Or 你属什么? What is your Chinese zodiac animal?
Rabbit.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
1975. So that's the year, well, one of the years, not the only year, one of the years of the rabbit. So yeah, I do know the answer to that question.
You do know, and I think you understand the concept of Chinese zodiac year.
Well, I know that there are 12 different animals, and those different animals represent different things. I know that there is the year of the ox, the year of the rabbit, the year of the mouse, I believe, the snake. Is there a dragon in there?
Yes.
Somewhere? And then that's about it. And I also don't know what each of the animals is meant to represent.
I think all of them represent really good things,
Yeah.
since every year a lot of people are born.
Yeah, there's not like 11 good ones and then just one
evil one,
terrible one.
No, it doesn't work like that.
That's good news. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think you know a lot about it already, and it's always a big thing because it's kind of like the theme animal of the year. Each year, especially during the Spring Festival period of time when we're celebrating the coming of the year, definitely you would also celebrate the animal of the year, the Chinese zodiac animal of the year. And it's also a big deal for those born in that zodiac year.
Because that means they're going to have a lot of luck in that year. It's going to be a great year for them because that's their year.
Yes, that's their year. And it holds definitely a lot of cultural significance. And, you know, for my parents' generation as well as my grandparents' generation, they can even calculate your age based on your zodiac animal. Well, because in that period of time, China was much more of a society that holds a lot of value in your neighbors, in people living in the same village of yours, in people in the same community, in the sense that not only are people contributing a lot to the development of the community, people actually know each other in the community, in a bigger community.
Oh, sure.
Yes, and that is why it's kind of like not that personal or not respecting boundaries when they ask your age, when they ask how you doing, did you get a boyfriend, are you getting married? These now considered personal questions that are not that polite were used to be
common.
Very common, and also it used to be a sign that this person cares about your life and they want the best for you. So it was different atmosphere for sure.
How seriously do people take the year of the dragon or the year of the mouse, or how seriously do people take the zodiac signs? What I mean is, I'm a Libra. That's my sign. So I can look up on the internet what a Libra means. It's for people born, between September something and October or something. And I can look up on the internet and find a definition of that. But I don't tend to take it that seriously. In the West, people tend not to take that seriously. You can find your daily horoscope in the newspaper or something, but most people just read it for fun. Some people, I guess, do take it super seriously, but the majority of people don't. So here in China...
Same here.
Oh, it's the same?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Same idea, same kind of meaning or signs you can find, and same interpretation. And some people take it seriously in the sense that when they're looking for, not friends, but significant other, not even for themselves, for their kids, they would think about the zodiac, but mostly it's for fun.
Okay, that's good.
Still, it can be something as a theme that you, for example, decorate around. It can be something that you chit-chat, especially when it comes to, for example, a party with people that you don't know that much about. You can talk about these things.
Yeah, it's the same, I guess, according to those signs, there's some sort of romance connection there, like Libras and Pisces don't match that well together or do match that well together or something. I don't know any of that stuff. But yeah, sure, people can use it for conversation for sure.
For sure. And that is why this keyword, I hope everyone would be able to know a bit. So at least you can recognize it in Chinese conversations. And the keyword here is 生肖.
生肖.
Yes, so 生肖 would be the Chinese zodiac.
Uh-huh.
And if you're asking people, for example, which zodiac year it will be, for example, for 2025, you can say 生肖年, literally zodiac year.
生肖年.
Yes, so 生肖 is the key word here. That's the zodiac. And you can also ask people their zodiac. You can ask about the zodiac year. And a lot of conversations can be around this idea. And for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. 你知道明年是什么生肖年吗? Let's allow that sentence to be the Chinese you take away. So, 你知道, do you know?
你知道
明年
明年
是什么
什么
生肖年
生肖年吗?
Yes, so 你知道 means you know or do you know in this sense. 明年 next year. 是 is 什么 what 生肖年 zodiac year 吗 whether or not. So whether or not you know next year is what zodiac year.
Okay, so 你知道明年是什么 and then 生
肖
年吗?
你知道明年是什么生肖年吗?
Okay, let me try that.
Yes.
Okay, this is about to be my longest Chinese sentence I have ever attempted.
Drum roll.
I feel like I'm at the Olympics. 你知道明年是什么生肖年吗?
Perfect! You're doing a really good job.
And the gold medal for Chinese.
Yes, I think it's a good sentence.
Wait, what did I ask? What was that question? I forgot already.
It means, do you know which zodiac year it will be next year? A sentence you can use to, tease your foreign friend a little bit, because I think most Chinese people would know. But for someone who is fresh off the boat, starting their life in China, they might not know about the zodiac year. And you can use that sentence to start a conversation with them about all the culture behind it.
Right. So in that long question, I'm asking if the person knows what is the year the following year.
Yes.
But if I want to ask the question, do you know your animal associated? I mean, I think most people probably... Is that fair? Everybody knows?
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Oh, so ask it... Okay, wait. So that's like asking someone, hey, do you know when your birthday is?
Yes, a little bit.
So it's a stupid question.
But you can ask when is their birthday, in the sense that you can ask what is their zodiac animal.
I understand.
So you can ask, 你的生肖是什么?
你的生肖是什么?
So 你的 your 生肖 zodiac 是 is 什么 what.
Okay.
So 你的生肖是什么? You can also say something, say it easier, because 生肖, there is another name for 生肖, another way of saying it, 属相.
属相.
So 属 is like belong to. So 你属什么? You belong to which zodiac animal?
你属什么?
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 Yes. So 你属什么 is a shorter sentence. And make sure you ask a Chinese person, because I feel like 你属什么 is too short a sentence for a someone with not efficient Chinese language skill to understand. But if you ask a Chinese person, 你属什么? They'll know you're asking about their Chinese zodiac animal.
Okay, cool. What's yours, by the way?
Mine is closely related to the coming year because 我属蛇.
我属蛇.
Mine is snake.
我属 mine is 蛇. 蛇 is snake.
Yes. So my zodiac animal is snake, 蛇. And next year happens to be 蛇年.
蛇年.
Yes, the year of the snake.
The year of the snake. So I don't know, but I'm thinking, well, I would guess that the snake and the rabbit would not get along very well together because
you cannot guess that.
The rabbit could very easily be lunch for the snake. No?
We also have tiger, dragon. They might not get along with the rabbit. And also we have chicken, monkey, horse. They might not get along with the snake. So you cannot really think that way.
Okay.
If you think that way, a lot of people won't get along.
That's fair. That's true. Yeah. Okay, so you're the snake, I'm the rabbit, and now we know how to ask someone what their symbol is.
Yes, and there are two ways. 你的生肖是什么? What is your Chinese zodiac? What is your symbol? Or just simply 你属什么?
Got it. Both of them are okay. Although you said the second one, the shorter one, a Chinese person or a Chinese speaker would be able to understand very clearly, but if somebody's language ability isn't that good, maybe they wouldn't know.
Because, for instance, if you are standing on the street counting the bicycles, how many bicycles are there alongside the pedestrian? People can also ask you, 你属什么? What are you counting? Because 属, same pronunciation, different character. The thing about the relatively shorter Chinese sentences is that we only have X amount of sounds in the Chinese language. And if the sentence is not long enough, the context might not be enough for people to understand.
Why would I be on the street counting bicycles?
No, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to come up with a character with a similar pronunciation.
And who's going to come and ask me what I'm counting?
You're right. But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
High context kind of language.
I'm teasing you.
But yeah, 你属什么? What are you counting? Or what is your zodiac animal? 属相.
Should we learn the word for bicycle right now, just in case?
No. I think what we can do is to talk a bit more about the zodiac animal, especially the animal for 2025, the snake. You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Honglin and Steve. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, like we promised, we'll talk more about the zodiac animal snake, the zodiac for the coming 2025. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Steve Hatherley here in the studio. We are going to tell you all about the zodiac for the coming year. The zodiac for the coming year would be...
the snake.
Yes, 蛇.
We didn't talk about yet, though, just the Chinese zodiac system and the story behind why it is what it is.
Yes, because when it comes to the Chinese zodiac, we know there are 12 ones and hence a 12-year cycle, so that every 13 years you would see the second time of one of the zodiac animal.
Yeah, that's why it's such a big deal when your year comes around, because it doesn't come that often, right?
Yes, exactly. And there are so many different versions about the order of these 12 zodiac. Though it's a cycle, it doesn't really matter which one is the first one. Yeah, when you try to remember them, there is a first one, and the first one is rat. Mouse or rat is the first zodiac animal.
Is there any particular reason, maybe this is not easy to answer, maybe because the answer could be too long, but is there any reason why that's the first animal?
Well, I don't think it's a reason. It's more like stories explaining the order or explaining how come tiny little rat, the very small animal, can be the first one. Because if you think about it, rat is the first one, Niu, ox, Hu, tiger, Tu, rabbit, Long, dragon, 蛇, snake, 马, horse, 羊, goat, 猴, monkey, 鸡, chicken, 狗, dog, 猪, pig. If you think about them, the first several ones are relatively major, mighty, huge animals, even though rabbit was there. Well, as a tiny animal in the middle of all those big ones. And the latter half are relatively smaller, smarter animals and swifty animals. Yet, mouse or rat is the very first one. By the way, in the Chinese language, both mouse and rat are 鼠, 老鼠. So there's no such significance.
There's no distinction.
No distinction. So legend has it that the reason the order is as such was because one specific god. Oh, by the way, in the Chinese mythology system, there are a lot of different gods responsible for different things. There are gods in the land governing the territory. There are gods in the river, safeguarding the animals in the river. There are gods in the forest. There are gods in the kitchen. The kitchen god is also very important, by the way. So there are gods for a lot of different things.
There's a kitchen god?
Yes, there's a kitchen god.
I did not know that.
Oh, and also there's a god for good fortune, for wealth. So a lot of different gods. So once upon a time, in order to find out different zodiac signs for different year, this one god decided to hold a race. A running race from one side of the forest to the other. And every animal was invited to sign up and join the contest. And back then, I think cat and rat were really good friends. And the cat asked the rat to wake him up to join the contest. Yet what the rat did was to ditch his friend and join the contest by themselves. So what he did, because it's a tiny little rat, it can't really run that fast. So it hide on the back of a mighty ox and wait for the ox to almost cross the line
and then jump ahead.
So if you think about the speed of all these animals, it kind of makes sense that it's the rat, the ox, and the tiger. The rabbit also runs really, really fast. So that's kind of the order. And that also explains how come cat is not in the zodiac animal. And also it explains how nowadays cats chases after rats all the time.
I see. What about the snake? Since this is the year of the snake, does the snake have a large cultural significance here in China?
Well, to start with, I'm not really sure if you know, dragon is considered something really, really positive in the Chinese culture. We would even want to separate the Chinese long from the Western evil catching a princesses and hide the princess with a lot of gold kind of dragon in Western mythology. So Chinese long is something mighty. It's the signature where it signifies the royal family. And 蛇, snake, is considered a minor long to start with from a positive point of view.
Okay.
And snake is definitely something very mysterious, something that has a lot of secrets and can be smart in both a positive way and a negative way. Because I have to admit, most cases, snakes are not considered that positive. It can be a bit evil.
Depending on the story.
Depending on the context. If you're talking to someone whose zodiac animal is snake, maybe do not call myself, evil.
Well, that's just going to be good for your relationship.
Yes. So that's 蛇. And there are a lot of different legends when it comes to snake. One very, very important and very famous one would be the story of the white snake, 白蛇.
白蛇.
Yes, there is a very common and popular Chinese story about this white long, I don't think it's a snake. I think it's a python, a huge snake. After so many years, thousands of years of self-cultivation, absorbing the spirit and positive energy of the heaven and the earth, the snake finally transformed herself into a lovely lady. And when the snake was just a tiny little snake instead of a huge python, a gentleman used to be really nice to her and saved her life. And when she finally got into the shape of a human, she wanted to return the favor by marrying the man and by taking care of him. So there was this huge love story related to this somehow monster, a little bit like a...
Ooh, did he know she was the same snake that he was nice to before?
To start with, it's already 1,000 years after she got all the power to transform to a human being.
Oh.
So this person was not the previous person. He was reincarnated already. And second of all, he doesn't know this snake or this lovely, beautiful lady is a snake to start with.
Yeah.
It was after the marriage that he started to...
Oh, see, no, she's got to tell him that before. You can't enter into a relationship. Listen, if you were a snake before, you have to tell your partner. It's just responsible, isn't it? That's rude. I'm sorry.
That is a fun point. And the thing is, in the relationship, there are also a lot of things about helping local people because she's magical like a witch in a way, so she can help a lot of people. And her husband was a doctor, so he helps a lot of people, a lot of local people. And of course, in the story, there is this seem to be villain, but actually not that bad, just a bit too strict and too serious kind of monk. This monk recognized that she's a snake, and the monk does not believe that a snake would be kind to people.
Ooh, did he tell the husband?
Oh, he did a lot more than telling the husband. He tried to capture her and put her in a cage under a huge pagoda.
Oh.
So there's a lot of hate and love.
It's extreme.
And giving back to the community and also threatening the supposed to be good monk with the lives of local people, but only threatening, not really doing anything too evil. And
Did it have a happy ending?
It has a happy ending.
What happened?
The son of this lovely couple, because at the end
they had a baby.
They had a baby, and she made a mistake hurting people in the community, and she was very remorsed.
Did she bite them?
No, she's magical. She was able to, well, again, it was a mistake, but she basically flooded the entire village. And she was very, very much regretted. So she turned herself in, got into the cage in the pagoda, and spent her life, not, her entire life because she's thousands of years old, but she spent the most lifetime of her husband's and also wasted the time of their baby growing up. Yet the baby turned out to be a very decent gentleman, and he entered the imperial examination and he got the first in the ranking. So he was very successful, and he decided, when he realized that his mom was in the pagoda the entire time, he tried to rescue her. And that was the happy ending.
Wow. What happened in season 2?
It's really a long story. And
It is.
I have to say, there are so many different versions.
Yeah.
There are versions that the snake was purely evil and she hurt the people in the village on purpose. But there are also versions that more people would enjoy, like myself, because it was transformed into a Chinese TV series.
I was just about to say, that sounds like a really entertaining TV series.
It is. And the snake was played by a really beautiful lady, and everybody likes the snake lady, and everybody believes that the monk was the bad guy, the super villain. So, yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
And with that story, people with the zodiac of a snake got a little bit better. We
Because she was pretty.
Yes, she was pretty and she was nice and kind.
It helped the image for sure.
Helped the image, yes.
I see.
But like you said, the idea of zodiac was more for people to talk about a little bit, to chat, to have a fun conversation instead of truly believing it.
Well, we just had a fun conversation about it, didn't we?
Yes. Since we've talked about this year being the year of the snake, it's the 蛇年. Actually, a lot of events, a lot of decorations would be revolved around the snake.
Oh, so if you go out and you're around town, then you're likely to see some snake decorations, and that's why.
Yes, and those snakes are mostly cute and cuddly and even chubby a little bit.
Understand.
And if you're a fan of the Chinese New Year or Spring Festival Eve Gala every year, then you would see that the mascot for this year would be this chubby, lovely snake.
Oh, fun and cute too.
Yes. All right. So I think that is the key message for this episode. Shall we do a little review of the words we've learned?
Let's do that.
Yes. So for the very first sentence, if you want to ask someone, do they know which zodiac year it will be next year? You can say,
你知道明年是什么生肖年吗？
你知道明年是什么生肖年吗？ How about if you want to ask someone their zodiac sign?
你的生肖是什么？
Yes, 你的生肖是什么? Or the shorter version?
Oh, I forget the shorter version.
你属什么?
你属什么？
Yes, 你属什么? And you can say 我属蛇. That's mine.
Yeah, mine is the snake. 我属蛇。
Yes, and for Steve, you can say 我属兔.
我属兔。
Yes, yours is the rabbit. And if it comes to your year, remember, red is a very lucky color in the Chinese context. So what you can do is to wear a lot of red. You can wear a red sweater or red hat. Just, include a little bit red,
Anything
红色, in your dress code.
And we should say as well that if you are the year of the snake, well, then congratulations to you. This is your year, and hopefully you can have a wonderful and prosperous year. 恭喜发财。
恭喜发财，本命年快乐, by the way. 本命年, that is your year.
Aha.
And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Steve here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column podcast. You can also listen to the show and read the script there. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. Don't forget to leave your questions, comments, and a 5-star rating. And maybe this time, tell us your zodiac sign. 感谢收听，我们下次再见。
谢谢. Thank you very much. See you next time.